All right, we do it every Tuesday at this time. I got to tell you, we got some good teams in the NFL because my number 10 team is pretty darn good. Here we go.
Herd hierarchy.
Time is now. Let's go.
The top 10 NFL teams according to Colin. Number 10.
I don't think the Rams could duplicate that effort again this season, but Matt Stafford, Sean McVay, Kyron Williams, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Rob Havenstein. I mean, they've got pieces here. They've got 5 or 6 really top-of-the-chart pieces. And when Matt Stafford has time to throw, and they didn't allow a sack against Buffalo, he is beautiful. He's what Aaron Rodgers wishes he still was. When you give Stafford time to throw, he's in that Burrow class. It is just different. Rams at 10.
Number 9.
You know, the Seahawks, look at Baltimore's defense since Seattle hired their coordinator as head coach. Held in 3 of their last 4 games, they've held offenses under 20 points. And Geno Smith, you know, he's second in the league in completions to Joe Burrow. But they're on a 4-game winning streak since the bye. I think John Snyder has put together the last couple of years excellent drafts. And I don't think there are a lot of holes in this roster. I don't think they're special at quarterback, but they're certainly good enough, I think, to make the playoffs and potentially win a playoff game. Seattle at 9.
Number 8.
Steelers. George Pickens' absence really was impactful. They really need him, but Russell Wilson, 6-1 as a starter. Here's what I like. They're 4-0 against teams with winning records. So they tend, it's Mike Tomlin's history is he is a great underdog coach. Now, they got the Eagles coming up at Philly, at the Ravens, and the Chiefs. So we're going to find out, contender or pretender in the next 3 weeks.
Number 7.
The Ravens. Listen, they have 5 losses by a combined 22 points. They're losing to teams like, you know, the Chiefs. Number 1 total offense, number 2 rushing offense. Listen, they get penalized way too much. That is a problem. And their pass defense, what I don't like about this team, they're like a baseball team with a bad bullpen. They can outplay and lose. This team can outplay you, but on the back end, they are leaking so much oil that they can lose games they should win. So I think Baltimore is out of the Super Bowl bubble with the back end of their defense.
Number 6.
You keep waiting for the Minnesota bubble to burst, and they're on a 6-game winning streak, 7-1 in one-score games. You know who else is good at one-score games? Kansas City. Really good coaches and good quarterbacks are good in one-score games. Sam Darnold, in the last month, 11 touchdowns, no picks. There was an aspiring young sportscaster years ago that said he was going to be a great player. Hey, it took a while. Hey, all I know is this. Minnesota's really good. Are they great? I don't know.
Number 5.
The Packers are closer to great. Now, I think they're a year away. They're like Detroit last year. They're really young. But they become a power run team behind Josh Jacobs. So they are taking a lot of the responsibility from Jordan Love, who can be a tad reckless despite being an excellent talent. So they are now kind of a power running team. And for years and years with Aaron Rodgers, we were always like, they don't have much of a run game. Oh, they got it now. Josh Jacobs, they got it now. Green Bay at 5.
Number 4.
Buffalo, super talented, but they beat themselves. Rams, they had a blocked punt, 9 guys on the field. They're 2-3 against winning record teams. Why? Because you got to have it buttoned up against winning record and winning teams. Now, they're not allowing sacks anymore. And the Rams had a good defensive front. That's why Josh Allen's putting up these numbers. I like their roster. I like their momentum, but I don't trust them in big games. And the Rams are an inferior team to the Bills. And the Rams blocked a punt. And the Rams didn't waste a timeout at the goal line. So Buffalo's great. And my final 4 teams, I think are Super Bowl teams, but they really concern me in close games.
Number 3.
Philadelphia, so do they. Nick Sirianni. Now we've got A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts don't get along. But clearly since the bye, the coaching staff has been very intentional. They've become a run team over a pass team. Clearly Saquon Barkley is leading them. It's got a Christian McCaffrey Niners feel. Like they like the quarterback, don't love him. So I think it's a very, very good team. I think they have the best roster in the league, slightly better than Detroit. But I've got my issues in tight spots with the coach and the quarterback.
Number 2.
Kansas City, first team in NFL history to have 3+ kickers with game-winning field goals as time expired in a single season. Listen, they're 10-0 in games decided by 7 or less. And you can keep telling me it's luck. It's not luck. It's their brand. It's their business model. They're such a complex team because they're the best third down team in the sport, and yet They're only averaging 5 yards a play, which is the worst in the Mahomes era. So they're not as explosive. They're not going to give you the total yards. They're not going to blow you away, but they've never been better than on third down. So that's the complexity of this dynasty. It's got a Patriots feel. You don't feel they have the best roster, but they have the best coach, the best quarterback, and like Michael Jordan, when you need a bucket, that's the team you want. KC at 2.
Number 1.
By an inch, Detroit. Listen, since week 9 of 2022, they're 34-9, half of them blowouts. They have the number 1 scoring offense and the number 1 offensive line. They're the one team I think could make Mahomes sit on the sidelines and watch a game. I trust Mahomes to beat everybody in this league. Detroit has the personnel to say, we're going to play keep away and have a 9-minute drive. So that's the kind of personnel they have. And the other thing is about Detroit is Aiden Hutchinson got hurt. Hasn't hurt the defense. Now, I think a lot of that is because they lead, and so their defense knows what's coming. Right? They're not in a lot of close games, so the defense can pin their ears back and go for the pass rush. Hi, everybody. It's me, Uncle Colin. Subscribe here to get the latest from the herd, including exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and more, wherever you may be, however you may be watching. Thanks again for making us part of your day.